joined by Carrie Ordway for this first home matchup of the 2019 season for your PCC Lady Eagles. The Lady Eagles taking on the Brewton Parker Barons in this one, a team that they beat last week, Carrie. Looking to come in, potentially get 2 early season victories against the tough Brewton Parker squad. Talk to me about some of the points of emphasis that we're going to need to watch out for in today's game.
I think since this game is still an early season game, we're going to have to watch out for all of those things that usually come along with it being an early season game. Watching the level of comfort that the players have with one another, watching how the new players interact with the returning players, watching the players' timing especially to see how that play works out for them to be able to get those effective hits, I think is going to be important to watch for today.
Now, Carrie, over the weekend, Bailey Jensen going down with injury, colliding with another player around the net. She's going to miss this game. Had some big games last week, NCCAA Player of the Week, so you're going to be missing your big hitter up front. Talk to me about the importance that the back row defense is going to play in this one if the Eagles hope to come away with a victory tonight.
So anytime you lose one of your best hitters in that capacity, Bailey was very good at adjusting when maybe she didn't get a perfect set. We're going to have to watch out for the defense players really making sure to get a solid, good pass up to their setters so their setters can get a good set off to those hitters and be able to complete an attack successfully.
Ultimately, too, Carrie, there's a lot of seasoned veterans on this team, but you're also going to have players that are coming in freshman year. Talk to me about some of the players that we should be looking out for early on in the season that may play a role, especially with a person like Bailey Jensen going down with injury.
Well, even today, she's a sophomore this year, but Abby Grider will be playing as a middle hitter in place of Bailey Jensen. This is her first year on the team. It will be important to see how she adjusts and how she steps into that role. Also, Madison Butcher is a freshman, and watching her set tonight, her ability to be able to time those plays well and to work well with the returning veterans on the team.
And there you have it. We're going to throw it down to the court now as we get ready for starting lineups. The game between the Brewton Parker Barons and your PCC Lady Eagles coming up next.
That's out there.
Welcome to the nest, the home of the Christian College Eagles. Tonight's game is between the PCC Lady Eagles and Brewton Parker College. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy today's competition. Please stand for prayer. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for this wonderful day to play the game of volleyball. We pray, Lord, for the safety of our players, and may everything we do and say bring glory to your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Sports medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider of Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for Brewton Parker College, number 5, Alea Anderson. Number 7, Tessa Yarbrough. Number 10, Mackenzie Carter. Number 12, Tia Bentley. Number 13, Janessa Ortego. Number 17, Mo Sutphin. Number 18, Taylor Scarborough. Brewton is led by Coach Jonathan Rose. And now, your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles. Number 2, a sophomore from Bacchus, Minnesota, Abby.
And there you have it, the starting lineups for both teams for the visiting Brewton Parker Barons. Number 5, Aaliyah Anderson. Number 7, Tessa Yarborough. She's going to play libero. Number 10, Mackenzie Carter. Number 12, Tia Bentley. Number 13, Janessa Ortega. Number 17, Mo Sutphin. And number 18, rounding out the starting 6 for Brewton Parker, Taylor Scarborough. The Barons are coached by head coach Jonathan Rose. And for your Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles, number 2, Abby Grider. Number 3, Jasmine Baldonado. Number 4, Madison Butcher. Number 12, Ginger Cannon. Number 17, Piper Bledsoe. Number 18, Brooke McLeod. And the libero tonight, number 20, Anna Grace Carrick. The Lady Eagles coached by head coach Kaylin Oman. And we're just seconds away from getting this one underway. Brewton Parker gonna have the first serve in this one. Mackenzie Carter going to start this one off. Lady Eagles get set. McLeod, Carrick, and Butcher in the back row. Cannon, Bledsoe, and Baldonado up front. Here's the serve. Dug out there by Carrick. Big swing by Baldonado. That one going to be blocked, but going to go out of bounds. Lady Eagles get the first point in this one. Baldonado now back to serve for the Lady Eagles. She's a senior from Albuquerque, New Mexico. That one dug out, set by Anderson. That one gonna sail out of bounds as well. Lady Eagles up 2 here in the early going. Carter now with the service reception. She's gonna find Anderson. Anderson out wide, spike up. Lady Eagles able to get it up and over. Great reaction there by Ginger Cannon, able to get that one just over the net, Carrie.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Ginger play in this middle hitter capacity this semester, this season. She's extremely athletic, and I'm looking forward to seeing her ability to adjust to the different things that happen at the net, and like we've already seen, she seems to be able to do that successfully.
The freshman Scarborough there for Brewton Parker, unable to handle it. That one going to go out of bounds. Lady Eagles rolling. Set there to Sutphin, and that one going to sail out of bounds. Lady Eagles first to 5.
No, our blockers are doing a good job of eliminating that line as an option for the hitting, forcing those hitters to go cross, and like we just saw, out of bounds.
Anderson finds Sutphin, dug out there by Harvey. Outside to Butcher, that one hit hard. Dug up, Anderson gonna toss it to the back row. Bledsoe finds it, Cannon, big swing. Off the hands of Ortega and out of bounds. Ginger Cannon able to get the point after that long rally. Lady Eagles up 6-0. Ortega digging that one out of the back row. Anderson outside. Big swing, gonna go off the shoulder of Baldonado, and the Barons get their first point in this one. The libero Yarborough out now. Scarborough, the freshman, back to hit. She's gonna send a ball in low and hard. Baldonado gets there. Carrot gonna find Harvey on the wing. Harvey finds Sutphin. Ortega out of the back row. Baldonado. Bledsoe able to get it over. Great play by Piper Bledsoe. Lady Eagles scrambling. Baldonado, back row attempt. Anderson. That one was to Bentley, dug out. Harvey, big swing. And they're going to call the Barons into the net. Lady Eagles going to take over. Carrie, late last season, you saw Callista Harvey start to play really well, and then she goes down with a freak ankle injury. With Bailey Jensen being out, talk to me about how big of a difference. I know they play different positions, but having another hitter for the Lady Eagles.
The Lady Eagles have a pretty deep line of hitters this season, which is nice, so that if you do have injuries like Bailey Jensen this year, even like Callista last year, they have people who are ready to come in, and they've been practicing towards that, and so it's nice to see even Abby Grider coming in for Bailey. This game, seeing how she would play.
Anderson there with a service error, hits the top of the net and lands back on the Barons side. Dover now in for Bledsoe. Grider's going to play the setter role on this possession, no? Dover able to get it. Butcher finds Harvey, big swing into the net.
I think for this game we'll be seeing Madison Butcher playing all the way around in the front row as a hitter and then coming from the back row as the setter when she rotates back there. Although Abby Grider has played setter before, and I think she still continues to train and practice as a setter.
Lovelace hits it over. Carrick returns it. Bit of a miscommunication there between Carrick and Baldonado in the back row. It's early on in the season, still trying to determine whose ball it is in certain positions.
Well, with those two, you've got two leaders on the court, two seniors who this is their fourth year playing. Both of them are used to taking control and getting that, so communication is going to be key between them.
That big swing dug out by Anderson, back outside. That's Carter. Her swing going to sail just wide. And you're going to see McLeod checking back in for Harvey. Brooke McLeod, the sophomore from Simi Valley, California. Anderson now going to find Carter. That one into the net. The block of Grider and Dover may have scared her away from hitting that one as well as she had intended. McLeod, her serve. That one going to land short. Didn't have much of a chance to get over the net on that one. The libero, Tessa Yarborough, back in. She's going to serve for the Barons, who trail by 5 after 15 points. Butcher gets there, fight at the net. And I think Baldonado going to be called into the net there. She was trying to scramble.
That was another play, Noah, where we will have to be careful to have clear communication between Baldonado and Carrick. Once again, two people who are used to taking control.
Here comes the serve now from Yarborough. That one off a Grider and back over the net. Anderson up. Dover able to get her hands on it, and we're going to have a double hit there from Butcher. The Barons trying to make a game of this one. Yarborough, her third serve. A high floater. McLeod gets there. Butcher up to Dover. Dover going to swing. Yarborough digs it out. Here comes Anderson, backside. That one going to land at McLeod. Dover with a big swing. That one off the block and down. Tiffany Dover making a difference. chasing for it, and that one out of bounds. Carrie, one of the things you noticed with this Lady Eagles volleyball team last year, Anna Grace Carrick, junior year, probably didn't have the season that she had intended. She started to play better at the end of the season, but talk to me about how important she is to this team in that libero role and just as a leader on that back row.
Anna Grace is going to be really important throughout the season because as a senior, she is a leader on the team, but also on the court as the libero, she is the leader on the back row, and it's going to be her responsibility to not only communicate between herself and any other member on the back row, but she's also important for letting the front row know what's happening in the back row and letting them know that their line of defense is there and ready to return whatever comes their way.
Ortega now checking back in for Smith. She's going to serve. Her serve, that one going to sail long. Lineman flag going up. Lady Eagles to get the point on the errant serve by Janessa Ortega. Dover now out. Bledsoe back in. That one just short. Ortega able to get there. Anderson finds Carter. Lady Eagles back row attack by Carrick. The Barons able to cover it. Here comes another swing. That one going out of bounds as well, off the hands of Taylor Scarborough. Lady Eagles back up by 6.
That back row attack by Carrick is something that I expect that we'll be seeing more of this season. I know she's been working on it and practicing it, and it does seem to be effective when she can get that over and in.
The setter, Anderson, sends one over. Carrick up to Butcher. That was Lovelace able to cover. The Barons just get it over. Here's Baldonado. Lovelace, Anderson now. Scrambling, Butcher able to get it over the net. McLeod gets there. Here's Bledsoe. Carrick trying to get it over, but not able to do so. Carrie, you definitely notice it seems like the Barons are doing a little bit better job right now of getting into their offense. They're just not getting the points. The Lady Eagles struggling a little bit to get into a good offensive rhythm right now.
Our serve receive is going to make a big difference on that. When you can get a good pass up and your setter's not having to scramble, they can pull off an offense much better.
Ortega digs that out. Anderson to the front row. Going to be a free ball over. Piper. Cannon! That one blocked there by Scarborough. Scarborough able to get it over, and Baldonado called into the net on that one. May have been Cannon. The freshman, Mackenzie Carter, now on to serve for the Barons. She's going to send one deep into the back row. McLeod there. Bledsoe looking for Butcher. Seemed a little bit off on that play. Here comes the hit from Sutphin. She's going to find the hardwood. And we're going to get a timeout from head coach Kaylin Oman. We're going to take a break as well. Carrie, I know you've sat through a lot of those timeouts. After you let a team go on a run, your head coach calls a timeout. What's getting said in those huddles?
Usually the same thing every time. Regroup, get yourself together, play your game, do what you know you can, just like Cannon and Piper just were able to pull off.
Sutphin going to send a free ball over. McLeod setting up Bledsoe. Here's Cannon in the middle, and that's a big one. Ginger Cannon, she got some height on that one and able to find the hardwood. That's a way to respond out of a timeout, Carrie.
That is. That's exactly what a coach wants when she calls a timeout on a run like that. with those plays, we do see how important it is to get that good pass up to the setter to be able to run offenses like that.
That hit was by Scarborough. Butcher coming back, and that one going to sail just wide. The Barons, they were down early, but they're hanging in it. Bentley back in now for Yarborough, the libero. Scarborough now going to serve. Scarborough, and she's going to find the net. That's got to be huge when you have when you're a team and you get a point and then you break it. The momentum right there with a bad serve.
It is. Volleyball is a game of momentum, and so it's really important to keep that when you have it. You don't want to lose it on simple mistakes.
What a great play there, Abby Grider. She could have gone straight back into the middle, but she gets smart, hits it just down the line. The Barons nowhere near that one. Lady Eagles first to 17. Cannon sending it back over. Yarborough, that one going to skip off her hands. Normally you're a libero, one of your better defensive players. Just a poor play right there. Cannon now right back to Yarborough. Off Bledsoe, Lady Eagles chasing, they're not going to get there. The Barons able to regroup, and they're back within 5. Smith now checking in for Ortega, the setter. Anderson back to serve. Anderson into the net. It seems like so far in this first set, every time the Barons have got a chance to go on a run, they seem to find the net on the next play.
I don't think the Eagles are going to complain about that too much.
Butcher now to serve. She's going to find the back row. Anderson looking for Sutphin, and she's going to put it down hard. The outside hitter, Sutphin, definitely looking like one of the better players on this Barons squad. Her and Anderson have found each other a lot in this one. Lovelace sending it over. Carrick digging it out. Butcher finding Harvey. Switches it up there. Anderson backside now. Finds Smith. Baldonado. Here comes Harvey again. That one off the block. Bentley back over, and Grider. She's going to finish it.
I think that's something that we're going to see a lot from Grider this year. She's very good at taking those pushes and kind of swiping them off to the side from the middle, and that's exactly what you want. Get them off the where your defense on the opposing side is.
Well, and you don't always want to use the same style of hit every time. What you're able to do is sometimes the block is there, and they're expecting you to hit it hard, but then you bring it right back, you hit one, and then you kind of just get the other team just off balance.
Yeah, and that's something that I'm looking to see from the Eagles is mixing up their plays, being able to use the different offensive weapons that they have.
Lady Eagles responding out of the timeout. They're up by 7. Timeout on the court by the Barons. Lady Eagles going to come back looking to close out this first set. We're going to take a quick break. McLeod now serving. She connects with Lovelace. Here comes the swing by Carter, the block. Butcher. Baldonado sends it back over smartly. Barron scrambling, and we're going to see a double hit there by Anderson. A great job there by Baldonado to sense the Barons scrambling, sending it back over to the net quickly instead of giving them a chance to regroup. McLeod there, she's normally a stone-cold killer from behind the service line, but 2 into the net in this first set. The Barons hanging around. Here's the serve. Yarborough over. Carrick able to get there. Butcher gets it up high. Here's Baldonado. Lovelace digs it out. Here comes the swing of Carter. Don't feel like the Lady Eagles touched it on that block, but able to get the point anyways. Up by 8, 2 away. Here's the serve by Carrick. Lovelace digs it out. Anderson outside to Smith. That one out of bounds as well. And Carrick gonna have his chance to serve for the set victory for the Lady Eagles. Here it comes, Carrick. And I think I jinxed this on that one. Anna Grace off the net. The Barons gonna survive another point. Coach Jonathan Rose for the Barons sending in Ortega now for Smith. She's gonna serve. Here comes the serve. It's gonna be over. McLeod, that one a little bit of a miss hit. Butcher gonna find it. Back row attack. Brooke McLeod. Cannon at the net. And here comes Dover trying to come right back, but that one gonna sail just long. That back row attack by McLeod, that's not something you really saw her do at all last year, so that's interesting to see early on in this season.
I think that's something that we'll see a lot more from both of our defense players.
Carrick thought about touching that one, but pulls her hands down. Lady Eagles take the first set. They're up 1-0, and we're gonna take a break. And we're back as we get ready for the second set in this one. Lady Eagles storming out, walking away with the first set victory here in this first home game. Carrie, you have to like what you saw from the Lady Eagles. They're playing extremely well, playing well together as a team. Talk to me about their first set performance.
I think the first set looked good. As with any first set, it's important to get that set to gain the momentum from the beginning. But with this team, they're honestly carrying momentum even from last weekend when they played Brewton Parker already. So it's nice to see them continue that. I'd like to see them clean it up enough so that we can see them run some of their specialty offenses. I think that's something I'll be looking for. I hope that they'll be a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident going into this second set. That's what I'd like to see.
Lady Eagles now back on the court. Bledsoe's going to open this set up.
Got a strong front row starting for the Eagles. 3 strong hitters. I'm excited to see how we'll use them for this rotation.
Bledsoe now sends it over. Ortega just long. Cannon coming back with it. She's going to push it over. Ortega, that one, she's going to get called for a lift. Man, when Ginger Cannon winds up, I'm not sure I'd want to be on the receiving end of that. Ortega, Cannon at the net. Cannon with the tip over. And we're going to see a net violation called there. Lady Eagles up 2-0. Bledsoe now going to serve. Bledsoe, one of the better servers. And she puts it off the hands of Ortega. Miscommunication there between Carter and Ortega in the back row. Bledsoe with the ace. Bledsoe again finds Ortega. Dennis, she's doing the setting. Bledsoe finds Baldonado. The block into the net. Lady Eagles rolling. We saw them start this way in the first set of this one. Ortega now going to find Dennis. Dennis setting up Sutphin. The block gets there again. That was Butcher. Yarborough, here comes Sutphin again. That one sailing long. Lady Eagles up 5-0.
No, it looks like the strong front row as far as their blocking is really making a difference. You start to see Brewton Parker's hits going a little higher and then floating out of bounds just like we saw.
Dennis, here's Sutphin again. She tries a little finesse shot. Bledsoe going to find Baldonado, big swing. Diving attempt by Ortega, but not able to handle it. Lady Eagles rolling. Jasmine Baldonado looked like she was winding up for one of those big swings we're used to, but then she kind of went with a little finesse shot, able to catch the Barons off. Great play there by the setter, Dennis, for the Barons. She caught the Lady Eagles sleeping. And the Barons going to find their first point. Yarborough out, Bentley in. Scarborough now back to serve. Here it comes. Carrot covers it. Butcher sends a free ball. Dennis finds Bentley. Here comes Baldonado, tips it over. Ortega gets there. Dennis outside Sutphin. The Lady Eagles blocked there, but that one off the arms of Butcher and landing on the Lady Eagles side. Barons on a mini 2-0 run after that kill by Sutphin. Scarborough. Here comes Cannon again. Looked like a timing error there for Cannon. She just puts it dead center into the middle of the net. The net probably saying, what'd I ever do to you? Scarborough, Bledsoe out to Butcher. It was a great swing there by Madison Butcher, but Bledsoe going to get called for the double hit before that swing. The error by Bledsoe leading to a 4-0 run now for the Barons. Carrot gets there, miscommunication. McLeod going to try to send the free ball, but that one going to sail out of bounds and over our way.
No, this is where it will be interesting to see the leadership on the court to see if they can break this without a timeout being called. It's going to be important for this game and then for the rest of the season as well.
Here's Carrick, finds Bledsoe. Cannon swings off the block and down. There's your answer, Carrie.
That's what you want to see as a coach. You're ready to call a timeout, but you don't want to. You prefer to have your players be able to regroup themselves.
Sometimes when you're struggling, it's just best to go to your best player on the court. Right now, that's Ginger Cannon up front, able to finish that one off the block. Baldonado over to Ortega. Bentley backside, and that one going to sail out of bounds. Bledsoe watching it sail.
No, we've seen Brooke and Anna Grace both hitting from back row. Now that Jasmine Baldonado's in the back row, I'd like to see if we give her any attempts at a back row attack. That's something that she's skilled at, and I'd like to see it put to use in a set.
The Lady Eagles wearing Ortega down. Solo block there by Butcher on Sutphin. Here it comes again. Sutphin able to put it right between the block attempt of Butcher and Cannon. Really been impressed so far with the play of Madison Butcher, the freshman coming in this year. Probably being asked to play a little bit more of a role than Coach Kaylin Oman anticipated. But with Bailey Jensen going down, Butcher playing a little bit more than we probably all thought, Carrie.
She's definitely stepped up to the task. It'll be good to see her develop throughout the season, as with all of the new players for this season so far.
Now, in between the sets, we were kind of talking a little bit about the Bailey Jensen effect. We saw it there where the Barons go on a run, Lady Eagles searching for answers. Talk to me about, as this team, you lose your best player, and not having her on the court to help break some of those runs. What are the Lady Eagles going to need to do in order to buckle down and ultimately break those runs?
Well, ultimately, you just need someone else to step up. It's not always a matter of being the strongest hitter or the biggest hit. It's just a matter of being smart and being consistent. A lot of times, consistency will win points. Not making mistakes will win points when a big hit won't.
As you and me have talked about in length, the big hitters tend to get the recognition, but ultimately it's the team and needing to just buckle down in those scenarios, come together and will out a point to break those runs.
It really is. So is the nature of the sport. You don't have one person scoring a point. It's the entire team working together, from the defense to the setter to the hitter to the blocker, all playing an equally important role on the team.
The serve there by Dennis, going to go off of Carrick and out of bounds. Unforced error there by Carrick. And the Barons back within one. The Lady Eagles winning the first set decisively. The Barons trying to get back in it. Here's the serve. That's Dennis. Bledsoe now looking for Harvey. The block of Bentley and Smith gets there. Carrick going to send a bit of a free ball over. Dennis up top, and Sutphin going to find the net. The block of Butcher and Cannon was waiting for her yet again. Cannon just over the net. Sutphin digs it out. Here's Bentley. Cannon in the back row, maybe not as comfortable there. Gonna go off of her.
It shows you the importance of the defense. If you're not getting a good pass up to your setter, you're not gonna be able to get those strong plays.
This is Lovelace. Another error there by Carrick, and the Barons knotted up at 9. Lady Eagles defense that was pretty strong in that first set, failing them a little bit here in this second set.
Often in situations like this, it's not even one player that's making mistakes over and over again, but when you go through your entire roster or your entire team on the court and each person makes a mistake, that's 6 points before you can really regroup it all.
Dennis was looking for Smith on that play, but the double hit called. Lady Eagles getting a point, and now you're going to see Dover in for Bledsoe. Butcher going to serve and be the setter on this possession. Dennis now up to Carter. That one off. Lady Eagles scramble.
And I think that's a situation where you need a little bit more communication between your back row and then your front row. I think they could have been in reach to get to that ball if someone had taken command early on and committed to it.
Yarborough, the libero, here comes the serve. That one gonna squeak over. Grider picking it out. Harvey, big swing. That one sailing long. Harvey pleading for the tip on that one, but the officials not seeing it. The Barons now up by 1. Lady Eagles searching for answers here in set number 2. Here comes the serve. Grider digs it out. Butcher now looking for Dover, and that one into the net.
I like that push outside. It might have been a little bit low, but it was a good thought. This is one of those plays. You need to make a point on this play. Stop this momentum before it goes too much farther.
And just like that, the Barons keep rolling. Lady Eagles don't seem to have an answer. Coach Oman going to try to shake it up a little bit. Baldonado out. Here comes Katrina Epley into the back row. Epley more of a front row player, so it'll be interesting to see how this one works out. Short pass, Grider covers it. Yarborough now finds Smith. Epley gets there outside. And that's going to be a double hit there by Butcher. Lady Eagles struggling for answers right now. Down by 4 in this second set. Here comes Yarborough's serve now. That one's short. Butcher puts it up. Dover right into the block. The Barons having their way right now with the Lady Eagles. That block of Scarborough and Smith looking really good right now for head coach Jonathan Rose's Barons.
This is one of those situations where you need a smart play. You don't necessarily need to keep hitting it full swing into the block.
Another double hit there by Butcher. Now you're going to see Haley Minter check in.
This is Haley's second year on the team as a setter. She's improved a lot since last year, growing and developing as a player. See if she can make a difference on this play.
Here's Minter now. Minter to Harvey. And the Barons just getting all the rolls right now, Carrie. The Lady Eagles just searching for answers.
I think this is one of those situations where Coach Oman is hoping to watch her team find those answers on their own without having to have a timeout called.
Yarborough, she's been back there a while. Baldonado, the errant reception. Harvey just going to push that one over. And she's called for a double hit. And Carrie, there's the timeout you've been talking about. We're going to take a quick break. Lady Eagles down by 8 here in the second set, but trailing 1-0 in this game. We'll be right back. Carrie, we saw the Lady Eagles respond out of the timeout in the first set. How important is it down by 8, leading 1-0, but really to find something right here?
This is where you need it. Once again, you need that momentum. You got to keep the momentum. It'll be important to get that in this set especially.
Man, the double hits today. I haven't seen this many in a set in a long time.
It's one of those, I think you see it more at the beginning of the season. You start to get flustered a little bit. I think we can start to see the emotions in these players a little bit, and then losing a little bit of the fundamentals there.
Minter, here's Dover. She sends one off the block. Carter backside, Dover there, but it's going to sail out of bounds. Lady Eagles getting the point. Lady Eagles finally able to get Brooke McLeod back in the game. That's going to help on defense.
As a defense specialist, I hope that she'll be able to get some of those passes back up to the setter.
McLeod finally finds a good serve. Lady Eagles trying to get into their offense. Here's Grider. There it is.
There it is.
It's all about the passing to the setter. You saw it right there, able to get a good pass there to Grider.
That's the first step. We saw several times, though, they were getting good passes up. And then maybe a double hit on the set or hitting straight into the block. It's all the parts working together.
Lady Eagles finding some momentum. The block there by Dover, and the Lady Eagles on a 3-0 run of their own. Here comes McLeod from the back again. Yarborough sets it up. Dennis sends it over. Scrambling. Baldonado trying to get him back. Lovelace able to cover. Dennis now outside to Smith. Push across. Minter first to it. Grider to Dover.
That was a play where you saw both teams scrambling a little bit, a lack of communication on both sides. Watching the Eagles, we need to make sure that we're seeing communication between the back row and the front row. The front row has to be confident in their back row's ability to get those balls.
Dennis outside now. Carter puts a little English on it. Minter back out to Dover. Big hit. Yarborough able to cover now. Dennis up to Carter again. Dover, she's playing well right now. Smith outside. Carrick gets it. Minter, here's Baldonado. Dennis back to Carter now. That one gonna go out of bounds. Lady Eagles playing some good volleyball right now out of that timeout, Carrie.
That's important. Looking good. They definitely have the momentum. You can see them start to perk up a little bit visibly, working, I hope, on their consistency with their emotions at some point.
And the double hits continue, this time on the Barons, and we're going to see a timeout the other way. Lady Eagles out of that timeout, 6-0 run. A great job for them to respond to the call to action from head coach Kaylin Oman, Carrie.
And even during the set, you can watch Coach Oman meeting with her players during the set, trying to get those emotions in check perhaps, getting them back to the fundamentals, to doing what they know how to do. We know that they can do it. It's just a matter of getting out in the court and consistently being able to perform.
Lady Eagles up 1-0 in this one. They were down by 9, now down only by 3, looking for a late set comeback. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the rest of the second set. And we're back. Lady Eagles trailing by 3. McLeod still serving. Here's the serve. Yarborough, the libero, gets it. Dennis up now to Smith. Check that. That was Scarborough off the block attempt by Grider, and the Barons able to respond out of the timeout. Ortega now in for Smith. She's going to serve with her team only 5 points away from a second set victory. Low serve, Minter gets it, finds Baldonado, those two high school teammates back in the day. That one gonna just nick the line on the back side of the Lady Eagles zone. Brewton Parker now 4 points away, leading the Lady Eagles by 5. Lady Eagles looking for one more run. Ortega low and hard off the hands of Carrick. Lady Eagles looking a bit flat-footed on the back line right now.
I think it might come down to communication a little bit. I'm not sure about these serves, but they look like they have the potential to be going a little bit long. Might be able to go out of bounds if they weren't touched.
Ortega switches sides.
As we just saw.
And that one gonna sail just long. The red flag going up. Lady Eagles now down by 5. Carrick's gonna serve, looking to try to get her team back into it. Carrick sends one deep. Yarborough covering it. Carter outside. That one gonna sail long as well. The Barons have been all around that back line tonight. Carrick sends one just long. That one missed by less than a foot, but out of bounds nonetheless. The Barons just 2 points away from knotting this game back up at 2. Carter now to serve. Carrick covers. Minter trying to find Baldonado. That one gonna be tipped and out of bounds. The big swing by Baldonado, the senior, trying to get her team back in this one. And you're gonna see substitutions now for the Lady Eagles. Bledsoe in, Butcher in as well. Butcher gonna hit here.
This is a rotation that I believe we started out on with the strong front row, so.
Dennis looking back door. Bledsoe covers, Carrick there, scrambling. Butcher not able to get that one over the net, and the Barons gonna serve set point here. Bentley in for the libero. Scarborough back to serve. Lady Eagles with their backs up against the wall, how will they respond? And that's gonna do it. That serve by Scarborough off the hands of Butcher, and the Barons gonna knot this game up at 1. Kara, we saw the Lady Eagles come out strong again in that one, but really falling flat midway through that second set and not able to recover.
It definitely did. usually with more experienced players, they do a little bit better job of maintaining that consistency throughout the set. So that's something that maybe we can be looking throughout the season, being able to maintain a consistent high level of play throughout the entire match.
Now, one thing we saw in that set, too, head coach Kaylin Oman really trying to give her team a little bit of a leash there, try to battle their way out of it, just not able to do it. She gets the timeout, but may have been a little bit too late.
Well, I think as a coach, you're hoping that you can get your team to be able to accomplish that by themselves in a perhaps you might call it a little bit more of a low-stakes setting for this game. They've displayed the ability to beat Brewton Parker, so it seems like they do have the ability. We know they have the ability to come back and win. So,
Lady Eagles all tied up at 1 as we head to the third set. The game last week between these two teams went 4. This third set going to be decisive. Lady Eagles needing to come out strong. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with third set action in just a few minutes. And we're back as we get ready for the third set. Butcher, Cannon, Baldonado, Bledsoe, Carrick, and McLeod on the court for the Lady Eagles. For the Barons, you've got Carter, Yarborough, Scarborough, Dennis, Ortega, and I'm missing one. It's going to be Lovelace. Barron's going to have the first opportunity here. That's Ortega. We saw her hit some good sets in the last. Maybe a little bit of a reverse jinx there. That one going to be served out of bounds. Lady Eagles getting that first point. McLeod out, and here comes Harvey. Baldonado dug out there in the back row. The block of Butcher and Cannon able to get there, but not able to keep it in bounds. Sutphin, the big hitter for the Barons, now in. Carter back to serve. Carter hard off Carrick. Bledsoe, here's the free ball. Carter gonna find Dennis. Swing coming. Yarborough, make that Scarborough. Able to find the back corner there for the Barons, and they're up 2-1. Here's Carter again. Carrick able to get there. Bledsoe looking for Cannon. Here comes the big swing. That one looked like it may have been in, but it's going to sail just out of bounds. The big swing there by Cannon just missing, and the Barons now up 3-1 with Carter serving. Carter sends One into the net. Let's see if the Lady Eagles can capitalize. Carrie, the more and more I watch volleyball, the more and more I just realize how much of a game of runs this game is all about. It literally is all about momentum.
It really is. The plays happen so quickly that you don't have too much time to regroup in between each play, so it's important to be able to keep that momentum for a while.
I'm a big baseball guy. I've started to really enjoy soccer, so I'm not used to this fast-paced action. And in those two sports, the momentum isn't going to shift dramatically because there's so much time in those games. But because these games are so fast-paced, you see the momentum constantly shifting back and forth, and it really just comes down to what team has that momentum at that moment.
It really is, and it becomes a matter of being able to control yourself when that momentum really kicks in. Whenever the game starts to get really fast-paced, to be able to keep calm in those situations, to be able to keep your team calm, that's going to be really important in this fast-paced game.
You also see in the game of volleyball, the highs are really high, the lows are really low, and it really comes down to which team can kind of, settle yourself out throughout the game.
Equalize that, yeah.
Volleyball is a game where you get that big spike, you see everyone go nuts, and then it's how can you respond the next point because you've got to regroup, and it's so quick.
It's definitely mental, and it comes down to even reading your opponent's emotions as well. If they get a big hit like that, it's important to kind of squelch that as soon as you can.
That's served by Butcher into the net. 6-3 Barons. Dennis serving now. Carrot covers it. Baldonado up front looking for Dover. Big swing.
That was a big swing from Dover. Able to successfully find the hole in the court and also a net violation.
Definitely been impressed with her early on in this game. Obviously last year, basketball player kind of first starting to play volleyball. You're kind of seeing her maybe start to get some rhythm underneath her a little bit.
You definitely see some of those basketball traits come out in the way that she moves, but yeah, I agree.
Lady Eagles getting the point. They're down by one. McLeod now going to serve. Yarborough able to cover. Sutphin swinging outside. Butcher now up. Carrick scrambles. Dover, another good swing. Carter sends one real high. Smith trying to get the cross-court winner. Carrick going to send the free ball over now. Sutphin, that one sailing long. Lady Eagles tying it up. Sutphin in the back row. Dennis now trying to find Bentley, and she's going to punish the Lady Eagles. She finds the hardwood in the center of that defense. The Barons able to stop the Lady Eagles in their tracks. Lovelace in to serve. She finds Carrick. Grider scrambling. And we're going to see another double hit there from the Lady Eagles. The service by Lovelace. Carrick hits that one hard again. Butcher not able to handle it. And we're getting a timeout on the court. The Lady Eagles had knotted it back up at 6. The Barons going on a little run. We're going to take a quick break. And we're back out of the timeout. Lady Eagles down by 3. Head coach Kaylin Oman hoping to break the momentum of the Barons and get her team back in this one. the service by Lovelace coming now. Here it is. Carrick able to cover, miscommunication there. Dover getting in the way of Butcher. The Lady Eagles communication really breaking down these last couple of sets, and the Barons taking full advantage. And they get the rolls.
These are strong serves. They seem to be coming pretty consistently, a little bit shorter than what the Eagles are expecting.
So, Carrie, you're a defensive player. What do you do in those scenarios?
Adjust. Try to adjust. That was a strong back row hit.
Great play there by the sophomore McLeod. Her team in need of a spark. Those back row hits are fun to watch.
I think the Eagles can frequently count on Brooke to give a little spark to most situations, and she definitely did on that last play.
Carrick finds Lovelace. Dennis looking for Bentley again. Those two not able to connect. The set by Dennis, maybe a bit too close to the net for Bentley to be able to handle. Lady Eagles get the last 2 points. Here's the serve by Carrick. Dennis sends it up looking for Smith. The block there. Man, that one was close.
I'm going to be watching for our Lady Eagles to, as they work on their blocks, to really be able to direct where that ball is going to be landing on the other side of the court. It's not enough to just simply be there, but they also need to be forcefully pushing that back down to where they want it to land.
Yeah, absolutely. You've seen in this game, they seem to be there every time. It just comes down. Oh, man. Brooke McLeod looked like it was going to be a hard one off the net, and then right back at her, not able to handle it. But to your point, you've definitely seen the Lady Eagles block be there. It just hasn't, they haven't been able to direct it in a location that you can get points from that block. Yarborough now serving. She gave the Lady Eagles fits in the last set. Butcher finding Dover. Yes, Tiffany Dover with a big slam. That's big. Yarborough in that last set, she was really in the driver's seat from the service line in those points that the Barons really ran away from it. Great job by the Lady Eagles to break it. Bledsoe back in now. Deep serve. Lovelace finds Dennis in the middle. Good cover there by Carrick. Back row attack by Lovelace, but McLeod is there. Bledsoe to Baldonado. The Barons scrambling. McLeod trying to go for the pancake dig right there, but not able to get her hand underneath it. The Barons still up by 5 with Ortega now in to serve. She's been giving Carrick some problems in the back row. McLeod knew that that one was going out of bounds. Lets it fly. Harvey in for her. Baldonado back to serve. Baldonado goes short. Dennis into the middle, and we're going to see another double hit. That's got to be like 10 called so far in this game. Seems like
it's been a lot. You'll see doubles, especially whenever setters are scrambling to get into position and don't quite get their hands set before contacting the ball.
The big swing by Carter goes right into the net. Grider and Cannon. Check that. That's Brittany Hunter and Cannon. We're at the net waiting for her. Baldonado with another strong serve. She finds Yarborough. Little loop around there by Scarborough.
No, it is fun to see the energy that a player can bring onto the court with Brittany Hunter as a freshman playing this year for the first time. Coming onto the court, she has seemed to bring some energy to the players who might have been a little bit tired from the first couple of sets. And that's something that's exciting to see, to look out and see her smile and her energy and enthusiasm.
Well, and I think that's the biggest thing when you bring new freshmen in as a head coach. They're probably, especially with a team like this, a lot of veterans, they're not going to play a ton. But when you need them to be able to go in and provide that energy spark, and Brittany Hunter's doing that right now. Another one into the net. Lady Eagles down by 1.
Starting to see a few more smiles on the court from the Eagles.
Just as much as it's important not to let those higher energy moments control you, it's also always going to be a battle to battle out of those low energy moments. That kill there by Sutphin, she put a little bit of English on that one, and Minter, check that, that was Harvey not able to handle it out of bounds. The Barons just seem to have an answer for everything the Lady Eagles are doing right now. Every time they battle back into it, the Barons just end up coming away with some sort of point. Bledsoe, back row attack by Carrick. Carter covers that one. Another big swing there by Sutphin. Here comes Bledsoe outside to Harvey. Great tip there by Harvey. Trying to do something a little bit different. Bledsoe now. Here's Hunter. The block gets there. They're going to call the Lady Eagles into the net. Or is that 4 hits on that one, Carrie?
I wasn't sure. I didn't see the exact call. One thing that we're going to be looking for the rest of the set and even for the rest of the season is to really see how the setters take control of the game. They are the ones who are running the offense. The defense is responsible for getting those passes up to the setter. But then it's that setter's responsibility to call the plays and then to actually execute on those plays. I think actually on both sides of the court tonight we've been seeing that setters have not been quite able to get into position and then be able to execute those plays in a way that they can score some points off of them.
Carrie, one thing you saw right there, and you've seen it a couple other times in this game, the Barons making a concerted effort to try to send the ball cross court. Bentley able to do that right there, and every time they've done that so far, they've been able to catch the Lady Eagles napping a little bit on that play.
One thing is difficult as a defense player is being sure that you're deep enough to be prepared for those hard hits, to be there, be ready for them, but also you have that ground in front of you to cover in case you have a bit of an off-speed hit or if they roll it over the net, and Brewton Parker has been taking advantage of that empty court.
And I want to take a second to go back to the point you were making a few seconds ago when it came to the play of our setters. Piper Bledsoe last year as a freshman coming in, she ends up playing a lot bigger role than probably everyone expected. But then this year, she's really your go-to setter. First 2 games of the year, 35 assists combined between those 2 games. So she's really going to be the floor general. She's a very calm player. So that ultimately, I think, helps a lot in that setting position.
That really does. Watching these players in practice and then also on the court, Piper as a returning setter, she has the smarts, she has the volleyball IQ to be able to run these plays. It's just a matter of executing them on the court. We've seen that kind of go up and down with sets.
Lady Eagles get that last point. The Barons not able to get it over. Here's the serve by Butcher again. It went short. Dennis tips it over. Lady Eagles need to take advantage. Here's Dover. And the Lady Eagles able to take advantage right there. Great job by them. Coach Rose sensing maybe his Barons on the ropes a little bit, calling the smart timeout. We're going to take one as well with the Lady Eagles trailing by 1 late here in the 3rd set. We'll be back in just a few moments. Bentley just gets it over now. Carrick able to cover. Butcher. Grider trying to come back with a big hit, but the Barons able to cover it. Lady Eagles been hanging around this entire set, but just have not been able to get over that elusive hump.
I think what we just saw from Grider is something that we'll see her continue to work on. That comes with experience, being able to hit and then immediately come back down to be able to cover a potential block.
Smith called for the double right there. McLeod now going to come back in. She's really been the Lady Eagles' go-to in this set from the service line. Can she do it again?
So the commentator's personal.
I think it is. One of the worst things, you say those things right before a set and then it goes through your mind. What happens if I'm wrong? And I was wrong there. Lovelace now back to serve with her team up by 2. McLeod covers it. Butcher sends one up Dover, tip over. Lady Eagles still got it. McLeod gonna send one deep. Great play there by Brooke McLeod. Bentley now across. Carrick to Butcher. Here's Epley, tip. Smith gonna find Carrick now. And just a miscommunication there. Butcher trying to get back, not able to do so. Barron's gonna get the point. Some good passing on that play from our back row. Lady Eagles just not able to take advantage. Free ball now by Carrick. Bentley gets there. Dennis going backside to Smith, but yet another double hit. We're definitely gonna have to chalk this up to some early season jitters for both teams. Dennis now, here's Bentley in the middle. Met at the net by Ginger Cannon, and the Lady Eagles back within 1. A big play there from the junior Cannon. Lovelace digs it out, Dennis. Oh, what a set. That was Marina Dennis. Caught the Lady Eagles off guard. Little attack on 2 right there. Here comes Yarborough into the net. Lady Eagles got to take advantage right here. And one of your best servers back on the line, Piper Bledsoe, coming in.
This is going to be an important few plays here to end this set.
Here's Bledsoe. That one off Lovelace. Lady Eagles knotted up at 23. Trying to steal one here late in set number 3. It's been a bit of a struggle for them over the last 2 sets, but going to try to come away with one. Lovelace gets it. Dennis now in the middle. Scarborough sends it over. Here's the attack by Baldonado, and that one sailing long. The Barons going to have set point, but before that occurs, head coach Kaylin Oman using her second timeout in this set. We're going to stay right here. Lady Eagles down by 1. Carrie, how important is this point right here?
I think this is really important. With this set, if the Lady Eagles lose this set, then they will be forced to take the match to 5, and nobody ever wants to play the 5th set. That's not a fun position to be in. It's very high pressure, not enjoyable. So if you could get that, avoid that situation, that would be obviously much preferred, and this is going to be the deciding set for that.
We talk about volleyball being a game of runs. Once you get to that 5th set, it's all about runs. It literally comes down to who can get the most points really quickly, with those sets being only to 15 points.
In this play, potentially the last play of the set, we need to really watch the Eagles' defense to be able to get a good pass up to the setter, but be able to watch the setter get into position, square up, get a good set off, and then leave it up to the attacker to complete the offense.
Ortega now into serve. She's given the Lady Eagles back row some fits in this one. She goes soft this time. Carrick looking for Butcher. She's going to tip it over. Lady Eagles not able to put together a strong attack. Here comes Carter. Here's an opportunity. Bledsoe backside to Butcher. Lady Eagles get the point. Butcher was almost into the net, but able to stay out of it, knot this game up, and this game at least is going to 26.
I think that was a fortunate play for the Eagles on that one.
Sometimes you just have to get the rolls. Here's the serve by Baldonado. Yarborough covers. Dennis inside to Scarborough. Baldonado able to get there. The tip over by Cannon. That's a great play there by a seasoned veteran on this team. Cannon able to bail her team out and give themselves a chance at walking away with a victory on this point. We talk about a game of runs. The timeout by head coach Kaylin Oman seemed to be at the perfect time. Coach Jonathan Rose for the Barons going to try the same thing. Lady Eagles up by 1, looking to steal one here. We're going to take a quick break. Carrie, ultimately in moments like this, it's all about going to your veterans. You've got to lean on some of your veterans at some point to make a play. Talk to me about who you're going to if you're the Lady Eagles.
At this point, I think the obvious choice would be Ginger Cannon in the center. She was pretty decisive in that first set.
Here's Bledsoe going to find Harvey. The double hit yet again. Thought maybe we could make it out of this third set without seeing another one. But the officials having other ideas.
No, I think this is one of those situations where you know the officials are calling these doubles. You know they're calling it tight. You just have to be there. You have to be ready. You have to square up before you release that or contact the ball.
The serve by Carter dug out. Bledsoe looking for Cannon. That one's sailing just long. The Barons now going to have a chance to close it out. The Lady Eagles look like they had it under control, but the Barons able to steal 2 points late. And they're going to serve for the set. Carter sends one deep. Maldonado doing just about everything she could to get out of the way of that one. Here's Cannon. She's been good for the Lady Eagles in this set. It's all knotted up at 26. Ortega going to find Dennis. She's looking for Sutphin. Backside. Maldonado covers. Here's Bledsoe and Harvey. Great hit by Harvey, and the Lady Eagles retake the lead.
That's a perfect example, Noah, of it wasn't the hardest hit, but she placed it. She got in the middle of the court where she saw there were no defenders, and that was a smart play by Harvey.
Callista's really good at mixing it up. You see her use the hard hits, but then there are those times where she will bring those back. Here's the block attempt off the antenna, and we're going to keep going. This one 27-27, both teams wanting this third set. Scarborough now on to serve for the Barons, needing a good pass right here. That one's going to sail long. The Lady Eagles at some point have to take advantage of one of these Barons' mistakes. Will it be right here? The freshman Butcher now to serve. That one going to go long. Might see a free ball here. Bentley going to hit it. Here it comes. Butcher, Dover. And that's ball game. Tiffany Dover coming up with a big play for her team late. Lady Eagles gonna steal it, 29-27. Carrie, what a finish to that set for the Lady Eagles. Really digging deep when you're tired, you're late. You only expect to go 25 points. We're pretty far past that now. How much does that show you about this team?
I'm really impressed with their ability to step it up in that they definitely showed more consistency in this set than the previous set. Being able to have that mental fortitude to bring that out in this set is really important. I think that's going to carry over into the following set. I think that third set was decisive for the rest of the game.
Lady Eagles able to take the third set there. They trailed most of that set, able to find something at the end. They battled hard, able to come back. They lead 2-1. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with fourth quarter action. And we're back now with the fourth set. Carrie, we've talked at length in this one about how much volleyball is a game of runs. Lady Eagles able to steal some momentum at the end of that game. They're up now 2-1. How important is it to come out strong in this set and really look to secure your second victory of the season?
It's going to be important after coming off winning that third set. Being able to come out strong in the fourth set could help establish them as the potential victor we hope in this game. I think that's going to be really important.
Bledsoe going to lead it off for the Lady Eagles. Her team stealing that third set. Going to look to carry that momentum over. Deep serve. That one going to sail just out of bounds.
Not necessarily how you want to start the game to be able to carry that momentum from the previous set.
Notice I didn't say anything there about serving. I didn't want to jinx us yet again. Carter now going to serve for her team, and that one into the net. Knotted up at 1. Baldonado back to serve, and you're going to see Harvey coming in for the defensive specialist, Brooke McLeod. Baldonado sending one deep. Carter gets it. Dennis now up front, and that's going to be Scarborough not able to handle it. Baldonado the other side of the court now. Yarborough to Dennis. Here comes Sutphin, the block for the Lady Eagles, able to control it. Good job there getting it back to the middle of the court. Bledsoe now up to Harvey. Ortega and a free ball coming. Bledsoe, cannon. The Barons were scrambling on that play. The double hit again by Bledsoe. She's had a few of those in this one. Bentley's there, able to get the point off the overpass. Scarborough now serving for the Barons. Low and hard, Carrot gets it. Bledsoe looking for Harvey, nice tip over. Smart play there by Callista Harvey, but ultimately not able to execute. The double hit yet again called on the Lady Eagles.
This is uncharacteristic to have this many for the Lady Eagles. I think this is a point where we're going to have to see our setters dig deep, go back to the fundamentals, do what they know to do. Don't get flustered by these calls, but instead just be able to adjust and do what they know to do.
Scarborough getting a little tripped up with her footwork back there. That one going into the net. Dennis now looking for Sutphin. Block coming, and she's able to just tickle the line. Mo Sutphin for the Barons, been one of their more consistent hitters in this game. Here's the setter, Dennis. Bledsoe now looking for Harvey. Big swing this time. And the Barons going to get called into the net. I believe that may have been Bentley. Dover now going to check in for Bledsoe. And we got a second ball in play. Butcher now with the serve. Sutphin covering it. Dennis finds Bentley. At least the one thing you can say, it's going both ways in this one. Both teams really getting attacked by those double hits. Butcher sends one deep. Yarborough covers. Here's the swing of Sutphin, the block there. Grider and Harvey. Dover now, a little cheap shot over. Dennis finds Bentley in the middle. Great job by Carrick. And a miscommunication there. The freshman Butcher getting tangled up with the senior Baldonado. Could have been an opportunity there for the Lady Eagles to really start to build some momentum. But the unforced error costing them. Lovelace serving. That one going to tip over, but the Lady Eagles going to be able to cover it. Carrick finds Harvey off the block.
We're seeing a lot of smart plays coming from Harvey, and I really like seeing that. She's using her head.
I'm telling you, last year she was starting to really turn herself into a player that Coach Kaylin Oman could rely upon. Then she gets injured, not able to play the rest of the season. But I think she might be one of those players, especially with Bailey Jensen being down this year. Right now, she might be one of those X-Factor type players for this Lady Eagles volleyball team. Yarborough now back to serve the libero. That one going to be short.
Seeing a lot of unforced errors from both of these teams. I think that's an indication of it still being pretty early in the season. I would imagine that both of those are hoping to wrinkle or to iron those out.
Butcher backside Dover. That one into the block. To go back to your point about this being early in the season, you've obviously had a bunch of practices at this point, but there's definitely something to be said for the difference in pace between practice and a game, the intensity, maybe some of the pressure, and what you're seeing is maybe that's a little bit too much early on in the season right now. A lot of unforced errors so far from both teams, honestly.
That's definitely true. Practice has a different feel. You can try to replicate the feeling of a game as much as you can during practice, but that is difficult. It goes back to just how strong are your players mentally? How can they perform under pressure?
Cannon maybe getting caught up in the air a little bit there. Lady Eagles trailing by 2. They hold a 2-1 advantage. Hard one by Ortega. Butcher up to Dover.
That was a good thought by Dover going for that line, but once again an unforced error just outside.
Ortega there with the ace, and she's loving it. The Barons up by 4, and head coach Kaylin Oman going to call the timeout. That strategy has worked for her a couple times. Let's see if it works again. We're going to take a break here in the 4th set with your Lady Eagles trailing by 4. Ortega now serving. She's been a thorn in the side of the Lady Eagles in this one. Some really good serving from her. Going to call a tip there on the Lady Eagles and out of bounds. The Barons able to get the point. Ortega now going to serve again. She's looking straight at Carrick. But that one going to sail long. Bledsoe now back in for Dover. Some good points there from Tiffany Dover. Piper Bledsoe now back in. Yarborough, the libero, covers it backside. Scarborough going to get the kill. McLeod not able to get there. And Sutphin back in now for Lovelace on the front row. Carter now to serve with her team leading by 5 but trailing by 1 set late in this one. Lady Eagles trying to stave off that 5th set that we all hate so much. Carter into the net. Lady Eagles now down by 4. You're going to see Harvey coming back in. She's been one of the better attacking forces for this team in this game. You've kind of seen Ginger Cannon disappear a little bit late. Here's Harvey That time it's hard. Cannon back up with it. Great play there by Ortega. Now Sutphin trying to cover. And they're going to call 4 hits on the Barons. Lady Eagles getting a bit lucky there. Baldonado serves it short. Harvey, she was trying to pound it back down. Didn't get the elevation she was hoping for. And the Barons able to take advantage. 14-10 is the score. Yarborough serving. Look for her maybe to go at Carrick in the middle. She's going to go at Baldonado. Sutphin back up with it. Great play there by Harvey. Dennis trying to catch the Lady Eagles napping. Back row attack by Carrick. Dennis finds Sutphin, and she's going to drill it right into the block. And down for the point. 15-10 Barons on the scoreboard. Here's another one for Scarborough. Carrick with a good play. Cannon. 2 Barons collide. Sutphin going to try to bail her teammates out, but that one not going to make it inside the antenna. 15-11 on the scoreboard. Ortega and Carter hitting each other real hard on that one, but they both appear to be okay. The officials checking with Ortega to make sure that she's okay. She's laughing it off. Probably a little bit more embarrassment than hurt. Cannon now to serve for the Lady Eagles. Here it comes. Short and sweet. Dennis met at the net. That was Abby Grider with the big block. She played pretty well in the first set, but you even haven't seen much of her in the last couple of sets, so good to see her make a contribution here late. Sutphin, here comes the big swing. Cannon got a hand on it, but not able to control it.
I think the reason we haven't been able to see very much from our hitters in the last couple of sets is just simply because of defense mistakes. First of all, that's your first line, but also your setting mistakes. When you have those, you eliminate your hitters. We can't see anything from them, so getting away from those small mistakes, cleaning it up will let us see more from our hitters like we did in the first set.
Piper getting another unfortunate double hit there. That one caused a little bit by that ball being a little too close to the net. Yet again, Bentley really slams that one back down.
And we've seen that from Bentley several times. Whenever those balls are tied onto the net, she's very skilled at putting them back down short. I think she's put them in front of the attack line every time, and that's something that perhaps the Eagles can start to adjust to. Eagles
scrambling. Harvey bails him out. Carter going to find Dennis. Back outside to Smith. Cross-court winner. That's going to be 4 hits on the Lady Eagles. Head coach Kaylin Oman getting a little bit animated, trying to will her team to their second victory of the season.
It was a great pass by Carrick.
Good swing there by Grider. Dennis now, free ball coming. Can the Lady Eagles take advantage? Bledsoe now's got it. Here's Grider, nice tip. Abby Grider, a great play there. The block was going to cover her, but seeing that opening on the sideline and going line right there, great play by the freshman.
That was a smart
play.
Sophomore. That was a smart play, and that's what you want to see when they see those plays, but also being able to execute them cleanly. That's something that we want to see from our hitters.
I got to admit, Carrie, I'm getting really tired of these whistles. Butcher now going to serve. Lady Eagles down by 5, needing to find something. You got Smith outside, big swing coming. Harvey bails out the Lady Eagles again. Bentley with the big swing. Carrick, she's going to get there. Here comes Dover. There it is, Tiffany Dover. She provided a spark late in that 4th set that I think was really crucial for the Lady Eagles. Hopefully she can do it again right here. Butcher a bit deep on that one. Lady Eagles now down by 5. The Barons first to 20. The Lady Eagles found themselves in this same spot in the third set. They were able to battle back. Can they do the same? It's going to start with defense right here. Lovelace finds Carrick. Butcher now looking for Grider in the middle. Another tip. Some great effort right there by Tessa Yarborough, but just not enough. Abby Grider making some really smart plays right now for the Lady Eagles.
All three of the players, and you saw it start with defense, that clean hit or that clean pass up to the setter. Setter did not have to adjust much before she set. Able to get that play off cleanly.
I don't believe we've seen Callista Harvey serve in this one. Is she staying in an extra rotation?
I'm not sure. She has been coming. Brooke McLeod, I think, generally has been serving for her.
Okay, I think I missed something right there. What just happened? I thought we had the point.
I'm not sure either.
But nonetheless, Yarborough going to serve with her team up by 5. And we're going to see a timeout by head coach Kaylin Oman. Lady Eagles trailing by 6, but they're up 2 sets to 1, looking to close it out here. But they're going to need a little bit of help. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. And we're back now late in the 4th set. Lady Eagles trailing by 6 with Yarborough at the service line. Here comes the swing. It's going to go short. That one going over. Barron scrambling. Lovelace going to try to send it over, but that's going to be 4 hits. Lady Eagles getting a bit lucky there. Had to dive for that ball. It just got over, but the Barons just didn't seem to be prepared for it. Lady Eagles now down by 5. Carrick, the senior, back to serve. Carrick finds Yarborough. Smith going to swing. Good job by McLeod. Butcher. And that one was obvious.
There have been a lot of double hits called, and I'm not sure how well you can see them on the live stream, but from my perspective, they've all been valid. They've all been called for, so reasonable calls.
Ortega now back to serve. Here comes the low hit. Lady Eagles going to have an opportunity. Back row attack. McLeod perhaps getting a little bit underneath that one. That one going to sail just out of bounds. Set point now here for the Barons. They're looking to force a 5th set here in the R&R Horton Sports Center Arena. Lady Eagles going to survive for one more point at least. Bledsoe going to be in. Bledsoe now going to serve with her team down by 6. I've seen teams come back from this before, but it's going to be a lot of work. Smith out of bounds. When you're down by 6 this late, it's all about just getting that next point.
It's just about being consistent, being able to execute plays cleanly, not trying to kill it per se, not trying to go out as hard as you can, but just playing smart and playing clean.
Carter, here comes the swing. That one. I'm not quite sure I saw a tip on that one, but we're going to have a tip called. The officials coming together and talking about it. that one going to be it. 2 potential tips called on the Lady Eagles. Those are game changers in that set. We're going to have the coin flip as we head to the 5th set now.
When you have those touches, it is the lineman's responsibility to call those. Unless the up ref is completely confident, he's not going to overturn that call.
Lady Eagles lose that 4th set, and we're going to head to a 5th set. Carrie, talk to me a little bit about these 5th sets. It's 1st to 15. You switch sides, I believe, is at 7 or 8, so you do switch sides at some point, but it's very high pace. You have to come out with some strong energy because these 5th sets can be won or lost in the first couple of points.
Coming out strong in the 5th set is more important than any other set because the set is so short. It really, you've played them, you know it's coming, and it still sneaks up on you every time you have to play one of those 5th sets. It's a lot of pressure. If you can be, a lot of times I think it comes down to being the mentally stronger team, being able to keep those emotions in check and just being consistent throughout the set, coming out strong, but maintaining that consistency.
Now, going into these first sets, do you try to maybe sell out for those first couple of points? Do you try to get a couple on the board early?
Of course, you want to be the first one to score. That makes a big difference. It makes a big difference mentally, the way you perceive it. I would always say to come out strong but confident in knowing that maybe you're not making the hardest hit, once again, that you could potentially make, but knowing that you're going to make the smart play that's going to get your team that point. And more than anything, just not having an unforced error in these first few points. That's important.
Now, I know you were a defensive player, so in these 5th sets, how important is it to make those clean passes and ultimately get your offense the chance to attack and have good attacks early on?
It's super important. I mean, it's super important in every set. I didn't see who won the coin toss, so I'm not sure who's going to have the first serve, but as a defense player, you're probably going to be the first one to touch the ball in the set, so it's important to get that ball up to your setter. In this case, obviously, this game, it's been an issue for the setters getting into place before they make contact with the ball, so the cleaner of a pass your defense player has up to the setter, the more likely it is that the setter will be in position to get her hands in place before she touches the ball and hopefully avoid some of those double hits.
I think it definitely is important to say that for this Lady Eagles team, it's going to be very important for them to build some positive momentum here. We've said before, they don't tend to be a very good 5th set team, but a 5th set game this early in the season could go a long way in helping build some confidence so that when you play some other teams that it really matters late in the season, maybe you go 5 sets, you have already built up that winning mentality. So how important is that?
It's important. Once you've done it once, you know you can do it again. I mean, the ideal situation is that you don't have too much experience in 5th sets, but to be able to be confident coming out in the 5th set, you just have to rest on what you know how to do. If you're confident in your ability to execute those fundamentals, 5th set shouldn't be a problem. But once again, it comes back to having that confidence and that fortitude.
The Barons winning the coin flip there. They're going to serve first. Same lineups on the court for both teams. This 5th set, first home game of the year. It's going to be a little bit fun.
This isn't a bad position to be in if you're the Eagles. As a receiving team, you have the opportunity for the first offense. You can come out strong, you can make a statement, and you can really set the tone for the game, for this match set.
Carter now going to be the first to serve for the Lady Barons. Her serve on the way. Carrot covers it. McLeod scrambling. Going to be a free ball. Carter finds Dennis. The big swing by Smith. And she's going to finish that one. Lady Eagles could have really used that point. But now it's going to be a battle of the wills.
That was a strong play. That was a strong start for the Barons. It'll be important to see how the defense responds to that serve receive.
Dover digging that one up. Butcher looking for it. Here comes Dover again. That one going to sail out of bounds. Tiffany Dover with another play for the Lady Eagles, and Bledsoe now coming in. Can the Lady Eagles keep the momentum rolling? Here's Bledsoe. Her serve dug out now by Ortega. Sutphin swinging. McLeod to Piper. Cannon. Yarborough scrambling. Going to be a free ball. Lady Eagles need to take advantage. Bledsoe looking for Baldonado. And the Lady Eagles going to take advantage. When you're in these fifth sets, sometimes you just have to lean on the players that have been there before. Jasmine Baldonado, one of those players, coming up with a big play right there, Carrie.
It definitely was. It was a strong play. It was a smart play.
That serve just long by Bledsoe. Knotted back up at 2. These two teams battling. It's been a battle for both of them this entire game. Bledsoe and Carrick really important right here. Carrick with another good dig.
Not exactly what you want to see come.
It looked like Cannon was maybe trying to get outside and was expecting that back set to come from Bledsoe, but it just didn't happen. Miscommunication there, and you can't have those in these games that are so quick. That one gonna sail out by Scarborough. Lady Eagles fortunate. McLeod had a beat on that one. Here's Baldonado, her serve. Finds Carter, Dennis now. Here's Sutphin. Carrick able to cover. Bledsoe looking for Harvey outside. Off the block. Yarborough rolls that one over. Gonna see a free ball here. Baldonado finds Bledsoe. Cannon in the middle. Another big swing. Sutphin coming back. She goes right between Butcher and Cannon for the point. These two teams really going at it. Ortega now out. That's Dennis back to serve. Finds Carrick. Bledsoe chasing. Here's Cannon. Yarborough now up. A little tip over. The Lady Eagles just not able to adjust. They're down by 2 right here. A great play there by Yarborough. Here's Dennis again. Low and hard. Sutphin through the block again. Baldonado covers. Bledsoe back row attack by Baldonado. That one gonna sail out of bounds. I think a smart play right there to try that. Baldonado with a little bit of an error though.
It really is when you have a hitter playing all the way around. I mean, she's in the back row because she is a good hitter and she should be able to be a good resource for them on the back row.
That one sailing out of bounds. Lady Eagles down by 2. In comes Grider. Out goes Carrick. This is a big rotation. And Cannon going to put one into the net. And head coach Kaylin Oman calling a timeout. It's 7-4. Lady Eagles trailing. They've been in this position before today. All tied up at 2. They're going to need to make a pretty strong comeback effort, and it's going to have to happen pretty quickly out of this timeout, Carrie.
It really is. If they can come out of this timeout and get a little run here, that's going to help them. It's going to get them ahead mentally. It's going to be really important for them coming out of this timeout.
I think coming out of this timeout is going to say a lot about this Lady Eagles. Are they able to adjust? Are they able to build some momentum out of this timeout? That's one of the things that maybe over the last couple of seasons we just have not been able to do. It almost seems like when we're the first person punched in that fifth set, it becomes very difficult for us to come back. They've taken a little bit of a punch here. Are they going to be able to come back and fight hard and ultimately come away with this 5-set victory today?
I think for the rest of this set, especially for the Eagles being down a little bit, we need to watch them to not make these unforced errors, whether it's a serving error or rolling it into the net or whatever it may be. Or be on the receiving side of some unforced errors. That's always a nice change.
Butcher now back to serve. This has been a good lineup for the Lady Eagles. Dover in. Lady Eagles going to go quick here. Butcher sends one over. That one going to find it. Madison Butcher, the freshman, with the big ace. Lady Eagles down by 1. Can she keep it going? Here she is, Madison Butcher. Sends one dug out by Carter. Dennis going backside to Smith. Butcher gets there. Carrick up to Harvey, tip back. Yarborough covering that one. Dennis. Baldonado appeared to be a little bit in between on that hit by Bentley. And we're gonna switch sides. Lady Eagles trailing by 2, 8-6 in this decisive fifth set, trying to come away with their second victory of the season. I guess they think switching sides really makes that big of a difference.
Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I think that might depend a little bit on the team, and once again, your mental strength should not necessarily make a difference, but it definitely does at times.
Yarborough to serve with her team up by 2. Grider, great reception. Here comes Dover. Backside, Yarborough able to get there. Dennis now to Smith. That one gonna sail long. Good job by the Lady Eagles on that play. Try not to do too much. They did their job, able to be consistent, able to get that point, and then that's gonna turn into a service opportunity here by Callista Harvey.
And like we said, Noah, it just comes down to doing those small things well, like serving. You need to be able to rely on your serve. That shouldn't be a questionable area.
Ortega now, she's giving the Lady Eagles fits. Can they cover this one? Low and hard. Carrick able to get there. Butcher up to Grider. Sending it deep. A good play there by the sophomore Abby Grider. Lady Eagles hanging around. Can they get this tied and then ultimately take the lead? Let's see what Carrick can do here. Carrick
Nice,
sends one over.
serve.
Dennis now gonna see a free ball. That one may have been out. Carrick chasing. That one looked like it was gonna be out. Lady Eagles touching that one at the last second.
I think that one was going to be out. It was an impressive effort by Carrick to get there. One thing that you always just need to be careful of is that your whole team isn't chasing the ball, because you need to have someone left behind to, well, multiple people left behind to get that ball back over.
Here comes the serve by Carter, out of bounds. Both teams really shooting each other in the foot right now with these unforced errors. Lady Eagles trailing by 1. They need something here from Bledsoe. Bledsoe goes short with it. Dennis chasing. And the Lady Eagles are going to knot it up. Piper Bledsoe getting her team tied up. Another good serve. That one going to hit the antenna on the Lady Eagles. They're up 11-10. Got it closed, and we're going to see a timeout on the court. We're going to take a quick timeout as well, and we'll be back with the remaining points in this decisive fifth set. And we're back. Lady Eagles up by 1. They battled back. Last 2 points off the services by Bledsoe. Can they get another one here and really start to control the momentum in this fifth set? Here comes the serve by Bledsoe. Bledsoe doing a good job making sure it gets over. Dennis now to Smith. Check that. That was Scarborough off the block, and she's able to tie this one back up. Bentley now in for Yarborough. Scarborough now serving. Carrick's there. Bledsoe looking for Cannon. Nice tip over. Carrick finds Bledsoe again. Big swing by Baldonado. And the Lady Eagles gonna get it. Carrick playing really well right now. She's made a couple good passes out of the back row, and that's led to some strong offensive plays.
That definitely has, and that's where you see that experience come into play. Carrick generally is a calm player, and she's that stabilizing force a lot of times.
Dennis outside Sutphin. Cannon covers Bledsoe, backside Harvey. Yarborough able to get there now. Sutphin swinging for all she's worth. And it's knotted at 12. This one's been fun, Carrie. The fans on their feet, my heart pumping a little bit. It's 12-12. Here's the serve. Baldonado gets there. Bledsoe now up front. Cannon! A great swing there by Cannon. Carter now up looking for Smith. Baldonado covers. Harvey again. There it is. Callista Harvey loving it. Lady Eagles up by 1 and the fans loving it as well. Here's Cannon. Make sure she gets it over. Sutphin. Here's Carter with the attack. It's all knotted up. Been one of the better games I've ever watched here. At least more exciting.
Definitely exciting, and in the last 5 points, we have finally started to see a little bit more energy from the team. We see a little bit more energy from the fans helping the team out. You really want to have that home court advantage from your fans, and they're helping us right now.
On cue there, the fans really getting into this one. The home court advantage. And the Barons able to steal one, and we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Harvey just not ready for that. Coach Kaylin Oman going to try to calm her team down. Carrie, your back's up against the wall right here. You've played a pretty good game. You want to come away with a victory, though.
Yeah, you do. When you go all the way to the end of this 5th set and it's tied, it's so close like this. You're just back and forth. To come away with a loss from that is pretty discouraging, especially when you have another match yet to do the same day.
Now talk to me a little bit. The fans are really getting into this. You've played in front of fans before. How much does that affect you? Or are you really able to block it out on the court? You might hear it, but does it really affect you?
I think it comes down to the players. Some players are definitely energized by what the fans can bring to the game. Some ignore it. I tended to ignore it most of the time. But it definitely is a great help, even just setting the atmosphere, whether or not it really affects you personally.
Here comes the serve now by Lovelace. Baldonado's going to get there. Bledsoe up with it. Grider, smart play. Abby Grider. She has really made some great plays in this one for the Lady Eagles, some smart plays, which is pretty impressive to see for a first-year Lady Eagles volleyball player. Butcher now, another freshman, serving for her team, sends it over. Carter gets it. These two teams going back and forth. Here's Bentley. Carrick gets there. Dover outside. Tiffany Dover. Lady Eagles, a lot of energy right now. You've got to figure out how to harness that energy because you ultimately need one more point still.
Yeah, we do. It seems like the Eagles have finally found that spot that the Barons are leaving open. They're in the middle of the court. If they can continue to capitalize on that, or if they can pull the Barons up to cover that spot and then push the ball deep, either of those are going to be good options for them.
Definitely a lot of pressure on both teams. 1 point is going to do or die for one of these teams. The Barons playing defense. The Lady Eagles in the driver's seat looking to close out their second victory. You have to like their chances. They've got a little bit of a home court advantage going on here. You've got some excitement in the building. But ultimately, you're still going to have to make the plays. And that serve coming from Madison Butcher is going to be important. Butcher sends it deep, covered by Lovelace. Dennis outside to Carter. Harvey gets it. Here's Harvey again, and it's his. Lady Eagles take it 16-14 in the 5th set. Carrie, that's one of the better games, more exciting games that I've ever watched in this arena.
It was definitely exciting. I probably could have handled it being a little bit less exciting. I don't think it should have been as close as it was. But once again, they were able to pull it out, and I'm happy for that.
Lady Eagles able to win this one in 5 sets. They're going to move to 2-1 on the season, 2-0 against Brewton Parker. But how big is that for this team? They've got another game later on tonight. How big is it to ultimately walk away with a victory, get some momentum, knowing that you've got another game later on this evening?
That's so important. Coming off of a loss in the middle of the day, knowing that you have to come back out again in the evening, maybe you're already a little bit tired. It's going to be really important to have that morale booster.
Well, that's going to do it here for us. It's been a great game. Lady Eagles coming back, winning this one in 5 sets. We're going to take about a 2-hour break here as there's a game in between. We'll be back for the 8 o'clock game. The Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles facing off against the Columbia International University Rams. Make sure to tune back in for that one. For myself and Carrie Ordway, we want to thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you back a little bit later this evening.